What's good, my people? What's good, my people? Um, it's your boy AK Infinity. Follow me on Twitter at AK Infinity_VVS. Like, comment, subscribe, the whole nine. You know the spiel by now. So, today, we're going to be reacting to a segment on Undisputed where they went in talking about Dillon Brooks, quote unquote, calling out LeBron James again. Um, yeah. Uh, you can tell these folks just need something to talk about. They need some kind of storyline. These folks just saying stuff, not making sense, up, down, and around. Let's get into it right now.
Pretty much shut Dillon Brooks up during the Lakers-Memphis playoff series last April, and definitely hastened Brooks.
Shut Dillon Brooks up. Already starting off with this narrative. He shut him up. But if he shut him up, how he already how he talking again? If you shut him up,
Departure from the Grizzlies. Now Brooks is a
that same departure from the Grizzlies looking real stupid right now because the Grizzlies got one win, the Rockets got three, and Dillon Brooks is balling. Let's keep going.
Rocket, and ahead of tonight's Lakers visit to Houston, Brooks was at it again. Here's what he had to say.
Ready to lock him up. Been shooting the ball well, he's been playing well, so I'm just there to make him tired, make him get into that, fourth quarter early.
Real quick, shout out to Rashard Binkley at Binkley Hoops on Twitter, from the Rocket Fuel podcast. Real good show. Y'all go follow him. Go follow his YouTube channel, and they doing some great things over there, man. But yeah, y'all heard what Dillon Brooks just said. What is he supposed to say? What is he supposed to say? He's supposed to back down and bow down to the king? Nah, we're not doing that. We want all the smoke. And if any of y'all is on that duck ish, go quack somewhere else. We not with it over there.
Okay, Richard,
Getting
should
to the
Brooks?
fourth quarter.
I'm sorry, you ready? Hang on one second. Should Brooks have learned his lesson and avoid?
Oh, look at Skip face. Skip look like he cousins with the Grim Reaper. Look at this fool. He look like, and you can tell he got makeup on his face. Like, if it wasn't no makeup on his face, I wonder like if he really looked like his real age. Like he gotta be Dracula's nephew or something.
Avoided provoking LeBron or poking the bear again.
FYI, these two, I love Richard Sherman and I love me some KeyShawn Johnson. But they don't need to be talking about this topic. Because first of all, they both Laker fans, number one. So they inherently biased. Number two, both of them is NFL players. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I mean, some people never learn their lesson, Skip. Some people
Never learned a lesson. But he been doing the same thing his whole career, Dillon Brooks, and he was on second team all defense. Keep going, Rich.
never learn their lesson, and it seems like he's a glutton for punishment at this point.
A glutton for punishment, even though the man was second team all defense. He runs his mouth at everybody, and he really don't be talking like that. He talked once, but because it's against the almighty God LeBron, now the media got to get involved because you know LeBron run the media, especially the NBA media. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm sure it doesn't affect LeBron James either way because, it's a pebble to a mountain at this point in time in their careers, their respective careers. Not that Dillon Brooks isn't a good player in the NBA. He's been solid. He shoots the ball well from three, plays pretty good defense. But he got taught a lesson, and in that series, his teammates were pretty much all but saying, shut up and leave him
Name one and find some quotes where they told him to pretty much say, shut up. Rich.
alone. Like, because we all have to deal with it. Every time he talked, LeBron answered, and they lost the next game or the next two games in a series. And so I think you would have thought he learned his lesson because after that, Memphis got rid of him, and he was a pretty good player for that organization. I think he was a good fit. I thought he fit in with their culture and what they wanted to do.
But now look at them. Look at the Grizzlies now with their BS situation. They got an all defensive player in Jaren Jackson Jr. They got an all defensive player in Marcus Smart. I understand Jai is hurt. I understand Steven Adams is hurt. But remember, this is the same team that was still pretty good, regardless of whether or not Ja Morant was playing. Remember, but remember who else was on that team? Dillon Brooks. Now look at him.
In a playoff series where they needed him to play better, he did not, and he kept antagonizing LeBron James. And
he kept antagonizing LeBron James after one time saying, "I poke bears." So he kept saying he poked bears, right? He said it once. What you mean by he kept saying he kept antagonizing LeBron?
a way that kept allowing him to go off and allowing other players to go off and motivating that team and giving them locker room and billboard material for them to continue.
Where are your examples, Mr. Richard Sherman? Where are your examples? You in the media. You should be better at this by now.
To be frustrated and go off on Dillon Brooks. So I don't know, man. I'm a trash talker, so I got no problem with people trash talking, but certain players, like, you got to get the point.
Okay, real quick before you go, KeyShawn. Richard.
What is the point? So you want this man to strip down his identity for what? To what avail? No, I'm gonna lean into my identity because this is how I got here. This is why I'm in the league. I'm an asshole. I play hard. I talk trash to everybody. I don't care. Part of this game is psychological.
What's the difference in your trash talk and Dillon Brooks' trash talk?
Because you trash talk people that are on a level with you,
yeah.
Skip. Like, this man ain't on the same level with you. Like, that man is up here off the.
Who's on LeBron's level right now in the NBA? Let's be honest. Who, if you look at the body of work, who got a better body of work right now in the NBA? Nobody. So what are you saying?
Screen and you down here. And so if the talent level was the same and you're talking, if Kevin Durant was trash talking LeBron James and you're sitting there, you're like, okay, well, Kevin Durant could drop 40 at any time, any place. You know, if you're talking Steph Curry talking crap to LeBron, you're like, okay, Steph Curry can go off at any time, but you're Dillon Brooks. You're not Steph, you're not LeBron. If Giannis are you know, a lot of people in this league can say something to LeBron James at this point in time. Luka could say something. Ja Morant, if he wanted to say something, then those guys have the talent, the ability to go out there and put their money where their mouth.
Bruh, I just want to put this mouse pointer in his nostrils because them things is real wide, and it may have something to do with why he's saying some of the things he's saying right now, because I don't know what he used his nostrils for, but he got big nostrils. That's all I'm saying. And no offense to my big nostrils people out there, I just can't see you, and you're not on TV talking nonsense.
I think Dillon Brooks has shown he can.
I think when you talk like you just said, Richard, about being on the same level, usually when you're on the same level with somebody, the respect is there to another degree. So you're not going to see Luka talking wild to LeBron, and you're not going to see Kevin Durant talking wild to LeBron because they're at the same level for the most part, right? They
not trash talkers in the first place. Some people talk trash, other people don't. I don't know why y'all get so upset at anybody talking trash to your poor LeBron. That's y'all probably run around with LeBron James draws. Like how I feel when you with your woman and you take your pants off and you got another man on your drawers. I don't know how that feels, man. I don't know how that would look to her. It would look a little weird if I was her, but hey, it's the LeBron James draws brigade.
The respect level is different. When you are Dillon Brooks, you have a lack of respect for somebody like LeBron James, and you've displayed that multiple times, even to the point last year. It correct my mind if I'm missing something here, Skip. I remember Dillon Brooks elbowing LeBron in the you-know-whats at some point, and I think he got ejected out of that game. So when you start looking at those sort of things, you got to say to yourself, wait a minute, man. You continue to antagonize this man. All this man does is goes out there. He's the 6th seed. He erases you as the 2 seed. He continues to go to the Western Conference Final with his team while you now don't know your future and where you may land. And when he knows his future, and his is in Los Angeles. So LeBron is a bigger individual in this case. in terms of the way LeBron played in the postseason last year, he averaged 20, 11, and 5, I think it was, which was slightly down from his regular season average, but that's okay. They went ahead and won those games that they were supposed to win, knock it out the Grizzlies in 6. I'm LeBron James.
First of all, the Lakers were favored to win that series. So what you expect? Like, what do you really expect? They was favored to win the series. They did what they were supposed to do. And what I don't understand is why is Dillon Brooks you know, getting narratived to death in the media about how he dealt with LeBron James. Y'all don't say this about when he do this with anybody else. First of all, second of all, this player's like Ron Artest in NBA history. Y'all didn't get on him about this kind of stuff. There's players like Dennis Rodman. He was a lunatic. Y'all didn't get on him. There's players like Gary Payton. Y'all didn't get on. Okay, Gary Payton, a Hall of Famer. We're gonna take him out since we disqualifying people who are not Hall of Famers. But y'all didn't say this about Ron Artest, Bill Laimbeer. You ain't say this about these guys. Come on, dog.
I'm like Richard. I'm going to say something back, though. Even though you smaller than me and you are a pebble, I might just say you better be lucky I'm still in the NBA playing, because I would buy the Rockets and cut your ass. That's just
That's a good line. Like now if we just gonna just embrace the trash talk, I wouldn't even be mad if LeBron said something like that to Dillon Brooks right now. I wouldn't be mad because it's trash talk. It's fair game, man.
how I come. I'm just saying. So you got to be careful when you messing with a dude like this, because he got what you like, Skip. If you notice, in this last month or so, LeBron has been a little chirpy toward people.
He's been a little chirpy.
He's been chirpier now than he has in the past. For whatever reason, he is clapping back more to me in this part of the season early than I've ever seen LeBron clapping back at people. So he's a lot like MJ in a way, Skip, very petty. So you better be careful what you're saying to him and when you're saying it.
He's chirpy and he's clapping back.
All right, let's
because
fast forward, man. I ain't trying to.
flat out called him publicly old. Remember that? He said, he's old.
Yeah.
Let him come get
So what did he say wrong? He old. When he young? You probably the only person on this screen older than him, Skip. Yeah, it's a joke. I know they all older than him, but Skip looked like he had lived 5 hard lives.
give me 40 and then we can talk about it, right?
He gave him 28 that game.
There you go. Okay, so game 3 was back here in LA. The first 2 were there, and it was 1-1, and they had just won, had the Grizzlies in Memphis by 10, which prompted Dillon Brooks to say what he said. Before game 3 out here in LA, just before tip-off, LeBron went all the way from his sideline huddle to their sideline huddle and tapped him on the shoulder. And I don't know exactly what he told him, but he told him something right in his ear about, you want old me, you got old me.
Bruh, this makes for great TV. Why are y'all complaining about this in the first place? Y'all should be thanking Dillon Brooks, because now there's going to be more eyeballs on the game tonight. See, y'all remember when Lance Stevenson did the whole blowing in LeBron's ear in the playoffs when he was with the Pacers and LeBron was with the Heat? And remember that playoff series? They was getting mad at Lance Stevenson then. Bro, why does the media have to protect LeBron at this point? Like, why are y'all still protecting him this many years later? Why y'all gotta go so hard for this? I don't understand. How much he paying y'all?
Clean it up. But you know and I know what he said probably to him. And from that point on, he destroyed Dillon Brooks. And Dillon Brooks was basically destroyed by all the attention heaped on his poor shoulders at that point, because he wound up in those last.
He was destroyed to the point of getting an $80 million contract with the Rockets. Destroyed. Just like your face destroyed. If it wasn't for that makeup, boy.
Last 3, be games 3, 4, 5.
Talking about some destroyed. Life done destroyed your face.
2006, he shot 6 of 27 from three. That's 22%, and it did him in as a Memphis Grizzly. All right, so
What was your 3-point percentage in high school, Skip? Oh, we know how that go when people clap back at you. You start crying and getting in your feelings and getting people fired.
to me, Dillon Brooks, he shows you his insecurity because he doesn't think he's good enough in and of himself to make it in the NBA. He thinks he has to be an instigator, an antagonizer. He has to try to get under your skin the way Pat Bev gets under people's skin, because Pat Bev came from nowhere. Nobody.
Patrick Beverly does the same thing. Jose Alvarado with the New Orleans Pelicans does the same thing. There's a few other players in the NBA that's kind of passing me right now that I can't really think of, but this is what good defenders do. Hell, Marcus Smart is another person who do the same thing. A lot of great defenders talk trash. They're edgy. If you want to be a great defender in this league, you're edgy. This is what happens. A lot of these guys are like that. Go look at the all defensive teams every year. There's a few guys in there who's chirp artists. They talk. Tony Allen was another guy. This is what they do. Why are y'all so surprised? Why y'all acting like this? Y'all really need content that bad, huh?
He wanted Pat Bev, and he bounced around in Europe, and he played over in Asia, and finally he made it in the NBA, but he felt like he needed to antagonize. I think Dillon Brooks is good enough in and of himself, to Richard's point, to start this off. Even now for Houston, he's putting up career-high numbers. He's playing 34 minutes a night and average.
Yeah, you damn right. You better put some respect on his name. Oh, looking like fresh up out your casket.
Averaging career highs. He's shooting 57% from three as we speak. So my point is, I don't know why he thinks he needs to try to get under people's skin through the media. He doesn't do any social media, but he will use the media to try to antagonize before games. So,
Okay, give me multiple examples. And even after you give me these multiple examples, so the hell what? He's giving y'all content. You need to go shake his hand.
So when you antagonize that man, this is one thing about LeBron. If you studied his career, I love angry LeBron. I love it when somebody does get under his skin in a good way, because if you go, I'm like a student of his career, but if you remember, there was a heckler one night in Atlanta that got to him, and he goes for 40. There was a heckler in Toronto in the front row that got to him, and he went for probably 40-ish. And there have been all. Remember, during the pandemic, the arena was empty, but there was a heckler who was a member of the Cleveland front office trying to antagonize him going to the fourth.
Bruh, NBA players get heckled all the time. All of them get heckled. All of them. All of them get heckled. Why is it a big deal when it's LeBron getting heckled? Why do y'all got to protect this man so bad? What in the hell is the problem? Why? Can somebody please explain why the media has to come to this man's rescue at every turn? Lord have mercy. The NBA is bigger than LeBron James.
Quarter, and he heard the remarks because the arena was empty, and he went off on his ex-team in the fourth quarter. Well, you better be careful, because I would expect LeBron tonight, I don't know if he can give you 40 at this stage and age, but he could give you 35.
See, the thing with people like Dillon is you get the attention by going at LeBron. Just so happen, what if LeBron has a bad night? What if he just shoots the ball back? You get that credit.
You goddamn right. The hell I'm supposed to say? It had nothing to do with me. I was just out there.
That's what happens to guys, is they know they're outmanned with LeBron James or anybody that is great.
Literally everybody is outmanned when you playing LeBron James. What are you talking about, KeyShawn?
And so you chirp, you win regardless, because if he scores 40 on you, you would never go stop him anyway. And if he doesn't score 40 on you, you could always say, man, I slowed him down.
Well, what the hell? Then it served no purpose to not do it. I'm finna do it because that's within my character anyway. So I'ma be me, and whatever happens, happens. We here for the smoke. We not ducking none of that smoke, and we standing on business.
Just think, and both of y'all will remember this. Remember the Kobe stopper? What happened to that?
Oh my God! Oh
Remember
my
that? Ruben Patterson.
Rajah Bell.
No, Ruben Patterson from Portland.
Yeah.
It was a
See, Richard Sherman just showing he don't know what the hell he talking about. Rajah Bell never came out and said he was a Kobe stopper. That was Ruben Patterson. And yes, Kobe definitely destroyed him, just as Kobe destroyed everyone. Everybody got their work against Kobe. Everybody. God rest his soul. R.I.P. Kobe, man. Media didn't protect Kobe like this. And LeBron ain't even passed Kobe on the all-time list, if you ask me.
couple of them, but he deemed himself as the Kobe stopper. I was like, huh? And then Kobe goes off on, and then the rest is erased.
I mean, Rajah Bell was pretty good. I mean,
Rajah Bell was pretty good.
Yeah.
But Patterson was, I'm the Kobe stopper. He's not going to. It's like, oh, come on, man.
It's what you're supposed to say when you see. That's another guy. I was just talking about guys earlier who talk trash, who was great defenders. Ruben Patterson was a great defender, though. Like, what are we talking about?
And Kobe go out there and give you 40 with no problem at all.
40.
And we haven't heard from you since.
See, but that's the thing about people don't understand about the NBA and the regular season of the NBA. It's such a grind. 82 games is a long time. 82 of anything is a lot of anything. So a lot of times these superstars get in cruise control at times. You know, they're playing well, they're playing solid, but you know, they're just getting in their routine, going through their motions, bang, hitting their shots, like trying to work on things throughout the season. You know, they're not sitting there full blast, full tilt every game, but then you wake them up. You wake them up out of cruise control. You know, they take the car out of cruise control and then they go full speed, max speed, and you see them give somebody 45, 50. Because they can do that. They're superstars. You know, I'm sure if you talk to Joel Embiid and he was sitting there cruising, he might have 28 and 16. It's cool. But if somebody pisses him off, he's going to have 50 and 25. And you're like, wow, where did that come from? It's because you woke him up. You woke him.
That being said, Richard Sherman, let me put this mouse pointer in them nostrils. I can see what you thinking. Anyway, yeah. So let's see if LeBron wake up tonight and drop 40 on the Rockets. Remember? Because the whole NBA had the Rockets, you know, downtrodden and, you know, supposedly supposed to be ramping up for another year in the lottery. This is what y'all said. That's what y'all said. So if that's the case, even if Anthony Davis is hurt, LeBron need to drop 40 on these Rockets and beat them on the road. It don't matter. I'm not trying to hear nothing about that. So let's see what y'all talking about tomorrow, because I'm finna follow up on this video tomorrow with whatever y'all got to say.
Him up out of cruise control, and now he's about to go off. And that's what happens to LeBron James at times. And that's what Dillon Brooks is really flirting with right now. You're flirting with waking him up at a time where he's probably ready to get in cruise control and cruise through this part of the season. And he's going to probably try to give you at least 35.
Ooh, I'd have loved to play against Richard Sherman. Oh, Skip.
I would've loved it too,
loved
man.
it. Oh, he'd have woke me up.
All right, that's about it for this video, man. I just wanted to react to that because these boys out here just overreacting. But then again, I get it. It's TV. They know when you talk about the Lakers, that's gonna drive ratings, and they know Dillon Brooks is supposed to be a villain in the eyes of the general casual NBA public, and he's supposed to be sorry and he can't guard LeBron. So people remember the playoff series last year, and they're gonna come and talk about all of this, garner some more ratings and whatever. I get it, man. I'm essentially pretty much doing the same thing here myself with them reacting to this video, but I want to get my thoughts out there. What are y'all thoughts? If y'all are still with me at this point, drop a like on the video, leave a comment, subscribe. The Rockets are playing the Lakers tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, because we don't care nothing about no West Coast time, East Coast time, or Mountain Time. We Central Time down in Houston, Texas. So, again, like, comment, subscribe. This is Rockets Propaganda, and we out.